Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading for the week of January 16th through 22nd, 2024. This is a reading for you if you are a Taurus sun, if you are a Taurus moon, Taurus rising, or have some other significant Taurus placement in your chart. This is a general reading. This is a horoscope spread. I do this according to the 12 houses of astrology. So that way we have a fuller reading that covers all aspects of your life. I use the cartouche cards, which are an Egyptian system that I've been using for a long time. And I clarify with tarot, which I'm doing right now. And the deck that I'm using is called the Spirit Within Tarot. A new deck I've just gotten for the Christmas season. So I'm going to be using that. If you look in the description below, I have a couple of links. One is to my website where I do spiritual coaching, and you can look at the details of that there at liminalreiki.com. And also, some people have donated or had wanted to donate for the readings, if that is something, and again, nobody's ever required to donate, but obviously, but if that's something that interests you, there is a PayPal link down there as well. And I want to say thank you to those of you who have donated to me in the past. It always helps with these readings because they do. Okay, so let's begin, Taurus. This week we've got we're going to be starting with the first house here, and this is Aries energy. So this is you, your personality, how you present yourself to the world. And wow, you've got the wing disc with the Wheel of Fortune. So there's some big changes that's been going on for you recently, Taurus. Wheel of Fortune is a this is like it's almost an inevitable change, okay? Wheel of Fortune to me has a lot of, it can have to do with breaking cycles, because as you can see, there's people on this wheel and it's just like going around and around in circles. This may be about finally breaking a cycle, like being successful, having a successful breakthrough. But there's an inevitability to it. Like there's some kind of transformation that you're undergoing that is inevitable. Like, and it's for the better. I mean, wing disc is definitely about success, about overcoming obstacles, about having full confidence in yourself, about having clarity about where you're going. And the universe really has your back here, because when the Wheel of Fortune shows up, I feel like a lot of times it's saying, okay, this is a lesson learned, or this is something that's being presented to you that's it's outside of your control. This is not just a voluntary change that you're making for yourself. This is about you going, above and beyond this. So, yeah. So anyway, so this Wheel of Fortune here. I feel like there's been some major kind of a transformation going on, and you've gotten through it. I mean, wing disc is this is success. This is the best card in the cartouche deck. This is the one that says, whatever else may have happened, whatever insecurity or doubt remains, you are home and dry. You're going to be fine. Okay, so that's the good news there. Second house, we have this is the Taurus house. This is your own house, and this has to do with finances. Personal finance, sometimes with values and things that are connected to planet Venus, in particular, luxuries, items, possessions. And you have Scarab with the King of Pentacles. So this, for you, some people, this is a new income stream, okay? Or this is new money or a new beginning financially of some kind. And the fact that we're seeing the King of Pentacles. Now, King of Pentacles is a very good financial omen because it's the culmination of the Pentacles suit. I mean, in terms of the King is not the page. You're not at the beginning of something. You're, the King is the seasoned business person. This card often comes up when people decide to go into their own business or to do things on their own. And I feel like with the King of Pentacles, you are, for some of you, this could be a new beginning at your own, doing your own business, being the boss of something, okay? So maybe it's a promotion for some people. I don't know, but nonetheless, there's definitely this sense of being in charge of your finances. If you've been having financial difficulties, then this definitely suggests that this is going to change and that there's going to be financial success coming in, which is very good news. Third house, this is Gemini energy. Sorry, had to think about that for a minute. Gemini energy. So this is messages. This is communications of all kinds. This is short-term journeys. This is sibling relationships, brother and sister relationships, and also self-effort. So if you are self-employed, this would be part of this house. Okay, now you've got the Five of Wands with Urias. Now this is interesting because Five of Wands can indicate a quarrel. It can indicate competition. Somebody competing with you, or somebody, receiving maybe communications or something that maybe you're not expecting. Maybe somebody is quarreling with you over something, and you didn't expect this to happen, and you're kind of going, okay, what's that all about? Or it's a situation that is not what you expect, or it's being confused because there's too many hands in. You see all these people, they're all fighting with sticks here. There's too many people involved, too many cooks that spoil the brew. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's people you need to get out of your energy, because I think you're feeling like you're competing with people, or you're comparing yourself to people, and the situation may not be what it appears to be. Sometimes Urias comes up when things are going on. Again, this could be something going on where there's a quarrel over something, and you had no idea this was going on. Or it could just be a situation that seems... Five of Wands, even though it's a card of quarreling and struggle, it's not a very serious card. Okay, first of all, it's a minor arcana. It's not a major. Second of all, these are not people fighting with swords. They're fighting with sticks. This is more like play fighting, okay? This is more like those like Ren Fair kind of battles. I mean, it's meant to be... It's more like that a playful competitiveness rather than an absolute serious, flat-out difficulty. Nonetheless, this card does tend to come up when there's people getting involved who should not, maybe need to mind their own business or get out of a situation. But nonetheless, I feel like there's going to be an unexpected communication coming in. If there are, in fact, people who are being adversarial in some way, then Urias indicates outwitting your adversaries. I mean, that is the meaning of this card. But I feel like there is a situation that maybe has been confused by other people, and the reality of it's going to be very different from what you think it is. Now that sounds a little bit, I don't know, alarming perhaps, but in my experience in all the years I've used cartouche, and this is now I'm going on year 37 with my cartouche cards, Urias usually comes up when things are better than what we think they are. Like, we may have a very negative impression, or maybe we may be worried about something, or, we may feel, that we can't keep up, or that we're, too many people to compare. And this is saying, not what you think. So, yeah, so take that for what it's worth. Again, whether this is just a communication about, it could be really a communication about anything. But if you happen to be in business, this could be very specifically about a work situation, or about a business situation, perhaps where you feel... that maybe you feel you can't compete, or maybe you feel like you're not offering anything in particular here, but this is saying, no, that's not what it appears to be. So I feel like you've got a situation that's better than what it looks. Okay, now we have the fourth house. This is Cancer energy. So this is home, environment, family, sometimes the mother. Okay, so we have Seth here. Now, when Seth comes up, this usually indicates a delay, problem, or obstacle of some kind. And so this could be literally connected to your house. Now, I know recently people have been having catastrophic weather and things like that. So I don't know, maybe for some of you, maybe there has been some damage to something on your house or property that you're dealing with Sirius. I mean, yeah, there is definitely a strong physical component to this. But when Sirius shows up, it generally indicates a situation that is annoying, but that is fixable. You know what I mean? Sirius is not a catastrophe. It's saying some work is involved. If your home is okay, if it's got nothing to do with your home, this could be a family situation, something somebody's going through. You could have a family member that's having issues. Sirius would indicate physical issues, issues around the body, exercise, movement, things like that is what Sirius tends to be connected with. Somebody with physical strength, maybe somebody's mother's having difficulties. That's always a possibility here. But there's this idea of needing to build strength for something. I mean, if that's the case, it could just be that there's somebody who's having difficulties and they either have to build themselves up physically, if it's a physical issue, or they have to learn to think differently about something. I mean, Sirius is about thinking outside the box, going, stretching the boundaries of how you've been looking at something. It could be if there's been a family quarrel or a difficulty, then Sirius indicates a need to look at something from a different perspective, or think outside, try to think about something from another viewpoint. Okay. Now we have it with the Eight of Wands. Now the Eight of Wands is a card of swift movement. Okay, so it could be, now again, we have this unexpected message showing up over here. So I don't know, maybe it is something connected to family in some way. Maybe there's family members interfering in something. This is also a house of siblings, so siblings could be involved in this too. But Eight of Wands, this is usually about just information or messages that come in very, very fast, like something that just happens like that. I mean, it comes in really fast. As you can see, this person looks like they're moving very, very quickly with these staves or these wands that are just moving very, very fast. Now, it's generally not a negative card. I mean, Eight of Wands is about, things just, a fast movement on something, messages coming in, getting the information that you need. Something that maybe has been going slow is now moving. Okay. So I feel like if it's responding to this, then maybe there's a situation that's been stuck that's now suddenly going to move. Or maybe there's going to be messages coming in really quick that may create some kind of a difficulty and may require a need to think about something differently. So again, this has to do with the home and potentially the family. So take that as it resonates. Fifth house, Leo energy. So Leo is about, creativity, children, love affairs, idea of playfulness, leisure, things like that. And we have air with the Page of Wands. Okay, so some of you here, if creatively speaking, if some of you are writers, then this is definitely a good omen for writing, okay? Because this is the house of creativity. And Page of Wands indicates new ideas or some new projects, new things. There can be messages that are coming in about something, but Page of Wands brings good news and exciting energy. So maybe, if some of you are writers, been waiting for news on a book, then maybe this is saying that news is going to come in. I feel like if it's talking about a relationship, it could be that there's good news about a relationship that perhaps currently is in a friendship stage. Because air to me is somebody who's friendly but detached. Okay, so it's like if there's somebody you've had your eye on, and you're saying, hey, where's this going to go? Like maybe this person is just a friend right now, maybe somebody you're communicating with. It just seemed like there's going to be some good news coming from that quarter very, very soon. And if we're talking about a situation with a child, again, take it as it resonates. This definitely can indicate a situation. If it does have to do with a child, it could have to do with movement or communication or a fast moving situation. Or a message that's coming in. Again, there's all this idea of messages, fast-moving messages around family and around potentially around projects. I don't know, or business, something like that. But there's definitely a strong sense that there's messages coming in either about a child, about a love affair that may be good news about a love affair that maybe has just been a friendship up to this point. Or it's about a creative project. And again, I feel for some of you, this feels very specifically for some of you like this has to do with a writing project that's, getting off the ground. Okay, sixth house, this is Virgo energy. So this is jobs, stuff you do to make money as opposed to your career is the way I tend to view this house. Service to others, things like that. Health issues, and also potentially if you have anxieties and worries, they may also show up in this house. Domestic animal house too, so sometimes that has to do with pets. But we have Ace of Wands with Earth. So for some people, this could be a new job, a new business opportunity that stands to make you some money. So with Earth, there's definitely a sense of if you've been thinking about picking up an extra job to pick up cash or something like that, or maybe even the job you have is, there's going to be some kind of a change that brings in more money. But yeah, if money has been something that's on your mind, this is definitely indicating that making a change there or starting something new is going to be financially beneficial to you. I feel like there may have been worries about money, and you are Taurus, so it wouldn't actually surprise me. And yeah, you've got this new beginning over here. You've got the Scarab over here in the second house, and now you've got the Ace of Wands over here. So for some of you, this is a new job, okay? I feel like you're going to be taking something on. And when I look up at the 10th house, which is the other career house, I don't know. We'll have to see whether or not that falls in with this. But because there is definitely, I mean, the cards up here are good as well. But I feel like with this, like more like you may be trying to bring in a new income stream or make money in a new way. And this is saying that this is going to be very successful and beneficial. And I feel like something happening within about a week's time. So take that as it resonates. If you're not looking for a job, if that's not the thing, then I would suggest that for some of you, if this has to do with a health matter, then Earth would definitely have to do with remaining grounded, remaining practical, rooted. For some of you, maybe this is improving your nutrition, maybe eating more things of the earth, maybe more, fruits and veggies, things like that. Ace of Wands would be about power and energy and passion. So this may be about, doing something to renew your vitality, or just to make you feel more energized and more alive. If we're seeing some problems over here with health, and again, this may not be you. This might be a family member or somebody else. But there may be this sense of trying to take a new approach with something, or in some way. I don't know. I feel like this has less to do with health and more to do with a job for somebody. But take it as it resonates. Okay, 7th house. This is relationships. So Libra energy. So this is more serious partnerships, legal partnerships. Which could be marriages, of course, and it could be business partnerships, other significant partnerships that are different from the 5th house, which are more about love affairs. Now you've got the Page of Pentacles with the Crook and Flail. So again, now it's interesting because we have the Page of Wands and we have the Page of Pentacles here. So we've got 2 pages. So there's definitely this idea of younger people. Perhaps there's a relationship with somebody who is younger than you. Somebody younger than you, but somebody maybe who has some kind of status. I mean, Crook and Flail is somebody who's visible and recognized, okay? So, or either somebody who's an authority or somebody who's visible and recognized. And Page of Pentacles, I mean, there's a strong student element to this card, but it can also, again, just meaning a new, trying to create a new solid foundation, starting something new. The page is... Yeah, the Page of Pentacles to me here, I feel like this is just news coming in. Again, I feel like most of the pages bring good news, okay? So there's some kind of new start being made here in a relationship. Maybe for some of you, again, let me look up the 9th house here. Yeah, I mean, if any of you are in a position, like I said, I see this writer energy here. If any of you are teachers or so forth, maybe you're going to find yourself in a position of teaching somebody. Or maybe there's going to be a mentorship situation. That's also a possibility with this, where somebody becomes the student of the person who is the master. So, don't know. Take that as it resonates. If it's not talking about that, then this could also potentially have to do with some kind of legal situation within a marriage or within a business partnership, because Crook and Flail does very much have to do with legal matters. And in this case, with the Page of Pentacles, it could be a new financial beginning. Some of you could be signing a contract, like a new business contract or something. So again, take it as it resonates, but there's definite newness here. And there's definitely this sense of authority or law being coupled with this new energy that's either financial or kind of has a student-ish vibe to it. 8th house, this is Scorpio energy. And Scorpio is transformational energy. It's life and death and deep matters, esoteric matters. And it has to do with other people's money as well. So we have Nephthys with the Hanged Man. Okay, so there's some definite, same message here. There's some kind of situation that has not come to fruition yet. Okay, Hanged Man indicates being stuck. It does indicate needing to take a broader perspective, just like Sirius does down here. So there's a sense that something is in a stalemate or in a stagnate position. And Nephthys is saying changes are coming, but they haven't, not all the pieces of the puzzle are here yet. Nephthys comes up, it's kind of a not yet card. So I feel like whatever transformation you're waiting to happen, at least for this week, right now, you're looking, whatever you're looking at here, you don't yet have all the pieces of the puzzle. You will eventually, okay? But for the moment, this is saying kind of hang tight until you have all of the information you need to move forward, because especially with seeing Wheel of Fortune up here, And I'm just kind of looking around at some of these other cards, maybe these unexpected messages and things. We're seeing the swiftness that's coming up here in the 4th house. Yeah, I just feel like there's just something that's going to happen but has not happened quite yet. So, and this, again, this is bigger in the house of, this has to do with the house of transformation. If I look back to these other transformations that are showing up in the 1st house, then I would be saying, you know, this is a time to be working on yourself, and you know, planning. There's a lot of pages here, so and there's a couple of aces too. So there's definitely about this new beginnings, about planning, about getting other people's energy out of your stuff, and just waiting for the rest of the pieces to fall into place. There's just something that you're waiting on right now. But you won't be waiting forever. I should note too that Hanged Man, it is a stagnant energy, but it is also about sacrifice, okay? And I'm trying to see if you have Buckle of Isis anywhere here. Maybe, you know what, there was another reading that actually had Buckle of Isis. But it has Buckle of Isis energy. This is the idea that a change does need to be made, okay? A sacrifice does need to be made. But you may not be there quite yet, okay? So, yeah, so again, take it as it resonates, but I do think there's just something you're waiting on right now. There's something else that needs to happen before all the pieces fall into place. So just got to be patient for that. Okay, yeah, 9th house. I was talking about this kind of mentory type of energy over here. And this has to do with higher education. This has to do with long distance travel. And it also has to do with just deeper matters, philosophy, religion, your philosophy of life, the meaning of things, right? Okay, so we have Horus with the King of Swords. All right, now King of Swords definitely has a strong professorial energy here. That's why I was saying over here, I was talking about a mentorship situation. So for some of you, this may, and there's that student of the Page of Pentacles. So there could be somebody coming in who either they're mentoring you or you're mentoring them, okay? There's definitely a strong sense of that. And whether this is literally in a higher ed venture or whether you just have something important to teach somebody. We have it with Horus. So Horus is very strongly creative. So I don't know, maybe there's going to be somebody who's going to teach you a creative skill of some kind. And it can be a lot of different things. I mean, Horus is creativity of all types. Sometimes there's a family vibe to this too. So for some people, maybe there's a connection to family or a family member involved. But Horus to me is just about, again, like with the Crook and Flail, looking at that, I just feel like this is somebody, the strong Leo energy associated with Horus. And again, it doesn't have to be a Leo, but again, there's this strong vibe of like leadership or of somebody who has charisma, someone who's popular, someone who's charming, but also very, very strongly creative. So for some of you, this is going to involve going back to school, learning something from somebody, or just, I just feel like there's somebody, whether this is an official person or not, there's definitely the sense of somebody mentoring you in something creative, something that's going to take you to a deeper level of something. So I see writing down here. This could be writing, this could be music, this could be art, could be a lot of creativity can be expressed in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be any of those ways. It could be, engineering. I mean, there's a lot of ways that someone can creatively express themselves. But the King of Swords is definitely the person in authority. And I'm seeing this authority in two different places. So for some of you, there's a sense of teacher-student vibe, whatever that translates to. And you can take that very, very loosely because it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I'm a student in a classroom with a teacher or vice versa. It doesn't have to be quite that literal, but for some people it might be. Okay, 10th house. This is Capricorn energy. So this is your career, I'm trying to put two words together. I'm trying to put reputation and fame together. It's fame and reputation. Okay, and you've got Bastet with the Emperor. Okay. Now, yeah, this is definitely you kind of taking charge of your career, of your visibility. I feel like there's money to be made over here in the 6th house. You are making some changes. Bastet has to do with socialness and sociability. So I feel like, you may be becoming more visible. You may be getting out there more. You may be the authority figure here, okay? The fact that I'm seeing a lot of this King of Swords energy and stuff like that, I feel like you may be stepping out there and teaching people what it is that you know, and this is definitely about getting out there, getting on getting out there and being seen, being social. There's a very strong intuitive factor to this, and also about emotional or psychosomatic healing is connected with Bastet. So for some of you, this could be a career like in counseling or coaching or something of that nature. Maybe there's going to be a stepping up to the plate of taking action on something. Now, one thing that's notable here, the Emperor, now there's no number on these cards. These cards aren't numbered, but this is actually number 4. And this card is also number 4. So for some of you, I feel like the number 4 is going to be significant in terms of a job, in terms of a career situation, like something happening in 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months for you. But there's a 4 that does seem to be important there. So yeah, so there's definitely this sense of taking charge and getting yourself out there a little bit in terms of career. Okay, 11th house, this is Aquarius energy. So this is your friendships, your social networks. That includes social media and things like that. This is your goals, your hopes and wishes, and to a certain degree, maybe even your destiny. And speaking of such things, we have Thoth here. So Thoth is a card of destiny, absolutely. And it's in your house of destiny. So the fact that this is showing up here, I feel like, again, with the Wheel of Fortune here in the first position, there's a sense of divine timing associated with this card, and also of spiritual healing, okay? So this is healing on a very, very deep level. Now, this may be happening within your friend group. Maybe you're going to be a healer or mentor to friends or to other people in your network. That is possible. We have it with the Sun. Now, the Sun, again, is more Leo energy. Yeah, we've got this in 2 different places. So there's definitely the sense of shining a light on something. The Sun brings clarity. And I believe this may have to do with you, because you've got the wing disc. You've got the Sun disc here in the first house as well. So there's definitely this idea of you as a bringer of clarity, as a bringer of light, as someone who is an expert, who is going to work with potentially or educate others. There's a strong light-bringing element to this. And so the Sun is, this is one of the happiest cards in the deck. And in the house of wish fulfillment, I would call this a wish fulfilled for some of you. Like, this is saying you're going to have a wish fulfilled because it's time, okay? Because it's time. So that's great news. It definitely seems to be some good things on the horizon. Okay, now the 12th house, this has to do with what's hidden, what you might be afraid of, maybe what you don't show to other people, just things that are kind of on the back of your mind. And what's interesting here is you have the twins with the Ace of Cups, which is actually a really good omen for love. Ace of Cups has to do with a new love or a new relationship, okay? And this is definitely a card of relationship. Now, the fact that it's showing up in the 12th house, I have a feeling there's... especially if I look down here at the relationship houses, we have Crook and Flail, we have Air, and I don't know, I'm wondering that maybe for some of you, like especially if these pages are younger people, maybe there's a fear about getting involved in a new love relationship with somebody. Maybe you're thinking like, is this person too young, too juvenile, too naive? Maybe, is it a student-teacher relationship? And when I say that, I don't mean like, okay, you're teaching in a K through 12 school and the teacher is going out with one of the students. I don't mean that. I mean, you see situations that happen, for instance, like a college professor, might end up dating one of their adult students at some point. I'm not saying that's literally what's going to happen here, but this is what I mean. Or it could just be somebody who has been more of a mentor figure to you, or you being a mentor figure to them, and this becomes something a little more serious in terms of a relationship. We do have Ace of Cups with this. So, there may be some fears or doubts about that. But again, in the fear and doubt house, I don't take that quite as seriously. I feel like, there may be a reluctance to move into this space of love, but again, this is again more based on difficulties with the past. I saw something similar like this in Aries reading, where in their case, I think they were afraid, they were just distrustful of somebody coming in. But for you, I feel like it's almost like new love is coming and you're almost like, it almost seems too good to be true or too much to hope for, right? But apparently it is not too good to be true. Overall, you have Osiris. So this is definitely a time to be a leader, to step up to the plate. Certainly looks like that's what you're doing this week, Taurus, that you are taking steps to take control of your career, your money, your destiny. Could be some difficulties, again, in the home environment or with family. But there's just a lot of possibility and a lot of new things going on here. And yeah, you've got it with the Nine of Cups. This is the wish card. This is about satisfaction, get wishes granted. And with the Sun here, I don't know. I feel like this week, if there's not an actual wish granted this week, I just feel like there's going to be something going on that is going to make you feel very satisfied, very happy, and very much making it clear to you that even though this may not be happening quite yet, as we see here, there is definitely this there's newness coming in. There's definitely this possibility for you to get what it is that you want. And really weird, strong stuff around not just money, but also around studentship or mentoring somebody. So anyway, just wanted to let you know about that. Okay, so I'm going to choose an oracle card as an overall, and I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning. I'm using what they call the Avebury Oracle. This is by Melanie Jones. Avebury, Avebury. That is a town in Britain. It is a wonderful little town if you've never heard of it and you're a fan of things like Stonehenge, which interestingly is on this card right here. You'd be interested in Avebury, which is an entire village built around a megalithic stone circle. Like, it's actually in the circle. And I've been to this town many times, and that's where I bought this deck. So this is called the Avebury Oracle. It's got images from the Avebury stones that somebody has drawn. This Melanie Jones has drawn and interpreted. And so what does Taurus need to know for this week? Let's see what we can get. I only need one card. I don't need 6. Let's see. Or half the deck. Let's see who jumps out here at me. Okay. Oh, weirdly, Aries got the same card. It says, come out. It's time to come out and stop hiding. Show the world the real you. Okay. So, yeah, this definitely seems to be a time where people want to shine and not hide their light. And it looks to me like, yeah, you've got all these aces and all these pages. Definitely a lot of new stuff going on for you, Taurus. So even if there's some messages and stuff this week that might throw you, or maybe that, make you feel uncertain or feel like you're, I don't know, you're listening to other people or battling other people. Things are changing. Things are changing, and you are very much in control. So this all looks very good. So at the beginning, I think I also forgot to welcome those of you back who were who've been here before. So I hope those of you who have come back, thank you for watching again. I hope this reading was helpful. And those of you who are new, thank you so much for joining me. I hope this reading was helpful. Please, if it was, consider subscribing to the channel, hitting the like button, and perhaps leaving me a comment, which goes for those whether you've been here before or not. So have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.